It's time for a garden update. Let's get out there and look around. While we're down here on this end, I'll just take a look at the corn. We got almost 2 3/4 inches of rain last night. And over the last 7 days, we've got 7 or 8 inches of rain. So we've been in a drought for about 3 years now. So I'm curious to see what that'll do to the drought map that updates later today. I harvested the garlic scapes, and we're going to make some garlic pesto out of that using some of our basil that we have growing also. Here's the green stalk planter. We've eaten a few tomatoes. That one getting ripe there is called Siam, and I have tasted that one. It's a good one as far as taste goes, or the one I tried was. Let's just walk down the grow bags. These are the Kennebec potatoes. They're doing great. We've been eating some of the sugar and snap peas. They're very good. That's our favorite snap pea. The beets, I kind of pulled some of the tops a little bit so the seedlings on the sides could get some sunlight. Peppers are all doing great. These are russet potatoes here. They're a little behind the Kennebecs, but that's okay. They'll do all right. Carrots are real thick. I thinned them, but I need to thin them some more. As you can see, everything's looking great on this row. Even the banana's starting to grow. Then we have these sweet potatoes in a straw bale. Got some fennel back there, and that little red plant is an amaranth. I'm letting it grow back there by the shed. I pulled most of the cutworm collars, those little red solo cup tops, but I left some on the smaller plants. Let's get over here. Look at the cucumbers. They're doing great. Those are China Jade cucumbers. Some of the tomatoes getting pretty tall, ones in the cages. Have some bush beans here. I stuck a couple of pepper plants in some bare spots. Swiss chards really getting tall. Some of them anyway. While we're here, let's look at this dark pepper plant here. That's Midwest Midnight Orange variegated, I believe. We also have Midwest Midnight Peach variegated. That's rattlesnake pole beans. There's some kale. Then we have some more pole beans. These are Monte Gusto. And some of our really small tomato plants are down here. These were some of the last ones I stuck in the ground. But for the most part, everything's doing pretty well. I have about 30 plants from my tomato cross that I did. These are F2s. And you can see how much difference there is in the plants. These are all from that same cross. See the difference in size. And this one's variegated and that one's not. And we have some down here that are really tall. This row is not variegated. Those are all looking great. We even have some tomatoes on some of these. Then we have one that's real small here. Just lots of variety. And some in the cage are going to be really tall, I think. I trimmed up the bottom leaves. Whoops, looks like I forgot to pick one of them up. But I trimmed off the bottom leaves since we've had so much rain. The rain will splash up on those lower leaves, and trimming them will help a little bit on fungal disease that'll get you, blight and some of the other tomato diseases. And it also creates more airflow, which also helps. The plants in this raised bed are starting to do pretty well. The eggplants, I think they're doing better than anything so far. This one over here, you can see the leaves don't have any holes from blister beetles, and I think that has to do with the fact that they're up in this raised bed. I was curious about that when I planted them. That one's a Midwest Midnight Eclipse 2.0. It's got a few little peppers on it. And this is a Candy Sticks pepper. It's got quite a few peppers on it. It's a very short plant. It's only probably less than a foot tall, and it's got close to a dozen peppers on it. If you're wondering about these jars over here, I stick them on these tiny little micro tomatoes that I have planted. At nighttime, it protects them from the roly-polies eating the leaves. Since I use so much homemade compost in this raised bed, I also put in a few roly-polies, so I've been trying to get rid of some of those, and I need to protect some of the tiny plants from them. You could probably tell that we have harvested quite a bit of lettuce off of here, and we have a couple of plants, a few plants like the spinach at the bottom. It's trying to bolt, and so is the few remaining radishes. They're starting to go to seed, so I'll be pulling some of those here pretty soon and replacing them with something else. Be sure to let us know how your garden's doing, and let us know what kind of rain you've been getting in your area. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.